Dear my brothers and sisters, a good day. I would like to inform you about the last position that we have, and I can say that don't appease those who point their guns at Turkey. Don't reward the masterminds of the July 15 coup attempt. Don't give those building a front inside the country a change. Sunday is today more than a local election. Don't be fooled. Don't believe that those receiving instructions from the PKK terrorist organization in Kandil are local. Don't hand those wanting to stop this country an opportunity. We cannot reward those who betray our country, Republic of Turkey. We cannot reward those who point their guns at this country. We cannot forgive those who attempt to beat us by the hand of the United States, the hand of Israel, and the hand of terrorist organizations. We cannot go back to the start again. We cannot go back. We cannot bow our head in obedience. We cannot accept another lost century. We cannot submit this country to the PKK terrorist group and the FETÖ terrorist organization and their networking webs. We cannot surrender Turkey to terror bosses, to July 15 bosses. We cannot believe those who receive orders from the United States, Israel, the United Kingdom, and Germany. Shame lists can no longer be hidden. We cannot trust those who hold sacred meetings upon their instructions, those who build alliances behind the curtains, those who hide the candidates imposed by them from the people and then add them to the lists. We cannot consider those who act like nothing is wrong when everything is revealed as decent. We cannot consider the Felicity Party, which is SP Adıyaman candidate, who said, I spoke to those on the mountain, they are going to support us. Someone who maintains the vision of a national stance. We cannot find those who have placed the national vision among the multinational front as rightful. We cannot consider the mayor who held celebration with a glass in this hand on July 15 while the streets had turned into a sea of blood and a nation was resisting as a decent man. What is this? İmamoğlu, were you expecting United States tanks? On which national axis is Ekrem İmamoğlu wife Dilek Kaya İmamoğlu, who said, I wish nothing but some sense for these people who have poured to the streets. My country is brain dead. May it rest in peace, as a coup was being staged on the night of July 15, 2016, as the United States backed FETÖ armed forces waged a war against this country, as the decision to tear Istanbul apart from Anatolia had been made, as the Anatolian civil war had been started, and as our people cried out with joy upon changing that history. Was she expecting this nation to be crushed under United States tanks? Was she hoping that Istanbul would be bombed with United States jets? Who has gathered you in a single front? Who has you standing against Turkey? For which Turkey is Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu striving, having surrendered this country's founding party, the Republican People's Party, CHP, to the PKK, to the Revolutionary People's Liberation Party Front, DHKPC, and placing this country on the multinational intervention axis? We can never consider those who resort to July 15, those who resort to terrorism, and those who resort to economic attacks as local. What is it to you? We cannot forgive. Yes, we are going to receive instruction from Washington, Brussels, and London again. We cannot go through the times. The government was toppled in Turkey with a single instruction from Washington, from Brussels, from London again, or the times we experienced an economic disaster when an article was published in United States media. We cannot sit and wait for those who beat us by the hand of the PKK terrorist organization, the hand of FETÖ terrorist group, the hand of terrorist organizations to beat us in the new term with the front they built through political parties. We cannot remain silent against those trying to confuse our people's minds through incredible pilots and attempting to join terrorist organizations and political parties to make us pay for Çanakkale, to turn Anatolia in Syria, and stop Turkey, which has started the great historic rise after a century. They even discussed how much money will be transferred to the PKK terrorist organization in Kandil. We cannot believe the lie that those who have even decided in their negotiations with Kandil which municipality company will be given to them, how much money will be transferred, are fighting for Turkey. We cannot reward those who keep silent against those trying to siege Anatolia from all corners, who do not say a word to those building fronts all around our country, who on the contrary receive instruction from them and build the alliances ordered by them. We cannot consider those who oppose the Afrin intervention, those who oppose the intervention on Iraq's Kandil, those who oppose the EU face shield operation, those who say NATO and the United States should come to the southeast, to the eastern Mediterranean in this country's fight. Come on, say something to all these. They don't see March 31 as a local election, so why should we? March 31 is not a local election. No election in Turkey is local anymore. Our people's decision, choice is regional, global. Everything we say and do, and our fight is global now. If they do not see March 31 as a local election, why should we? If they consider this election as an opportunity to prevent Turkey from awakening from its century-long slumber, to silence Turkey, to place it under tutelage again, this is in no way a local election. Why does the United States have its hopes set on this election? Why does the EU have its hopes set on this election? Why does Israel have its hopes set on this election? Why do terrorist organizations have their hopes set on this election? Why does the front that build a partnership with all of those I listed above have its hopes set on this election? All of Turkey's enemies are by their side. Just look at who is standing against Turkey. They all support them. Is there anything more to say? Are they concerned with municipal work? Are they concerned about growing, strengthening Turkey? They always adapt those, drawing them in instructions, distributing roles to them, and bringing them into line. They will obey whomever they obey. They have no other choice. Whomever is left outside the Turkey axis is within the multinational front. They are together with FETÖ terrorist group, the United States of America, the PKK terrorists, Israel terrorists, and those who have been intervening in Turkey and attacking it for 15 years. Let us wake up, dear my brothers and sisters. We cannot be fooled by those who confuse our minds and push away the opportunity we found a century later. Our peoples will of steel, their deep foresight will spoil this game, but they will not be able to succeed. Neither they nor their bosses will not succeed. Neither they or the terrorist organizations they embarrass will succeed. Neither they nor their bosses will succeed on March 31, which is today, in northern Syria, in the Aegean, in the Eastern Mediterranean, in their attempts to ruin the economy and cause chaos. And their plans to redesign Turkey, all their sly plans will ricochet against our people's will of steel, their deep foresight, and fall apart. Turkey will march, the great march will continue, regardless of what is done domestically or from abroad, regardless of what alliances are built, regardless of the kind of front prepared the centuries, all political gain will continue to make history, continue to build the region, and Turkey will continue its rise by God's grace. God is great all the time. Thank you very much, and God bless you all, dear my nation and brothers and sisters. Thank you.